Hello everyone, let's practice IELTS listening test. Let's start with section 1. This is a section 1 conversation.
Section 1 Conversation. So the answers are factual details, like names, dates, prices, and times. A woman, Anna Martin, is booking a guided city bus tour over the phone.
Good morning, City Tours. How can I help you?
Hello, I'd like to book a city bus tour, please.
Certainly. Could I have your full name first?
Yes, it's Anna Martin. That's Martin.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. And what date would you like to take the tour?
Let me check. I'll be free on the 15th of July.
All right. We have availability on the 15th. Would you like the morning or afternoon tour?
Morning, please. What time does it start?
The morning tour departs at 10 a.m.
Perfect. Where does the bus leave from?
It picks passengers up from the central station.
Okay, that's convenient. How much does the tour cost?
The price is £25 per person.
Great. Could you tell me a bit more about the tour itself?
Of course. The whole tour lasts about 3 hours. It includes a visit to Riverside Market, which is very popular with tourists.
Oh, I've heard about that place. Sounds good. Does the ticket include food?
Not lunch, but light refreshments are provided on the bus.
That's fine. Is there anything special I need to bring?
Just make sure you wear comfortable shoes, as there's some walking involved.
Good advice, thank you. And how will I receive the booking confirmation?
We'll send it by email. Could you give me your email address, please?
Yes, it's anna.martin89@gmail.com.
Got it. You'll receive your confirmation within the next hour.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
So the answers are factual details like names, dates, prices, and times. And the context of conversation is a woman, Anna Martin, is booking a guided city bus tour over the phone. Firstly, hear the conversation. Let's start with the form completion questions. Question 1. Customer name. The receptionist asks, "Could I have your full name first?" Anna replies, "Yes, it is Anna Martin." So the answer here is Martin. And the next question. Date of tour. The receptionist asks for the date and Anna says, "I will be free on the 15th of July." So the answer here is 15th of July. And the question 3. Departure time. The receptionist says the morning tour departs at 10 a.m. So the answer here is 10 a.m. And the next question. Pickup location central. The receptionist says it picks passengers up from the central station. So the answer here is station. And the next question 5. Price per person. The line says the price is 25 per person. So the answer here is 25. Next questions 6 to 10. Multiple choice. Question 6. How long does the bus tour last? Here the receptionist says the whole tour lasts about 3 hours. So the answer here is option B, 3 hours. And the next question 7. Which place is included in the tour? The receptionist says it included a visit to Riverside Market. So the answer here is option B, Riverside Market. The next question 8. What does the ticket price include? The conversation. Not lunch, but light refreshments are provided on the bus. So the answer here is option B, refreshments. And the next question 9. What should customers bring with them? The receptionist advises, just make sure you wear comfortable shoes as there are some walking involved. So the answer here is C, comfortable shoes. And the next question 10. How will the customer receive confirmation? The receptionist says, we will send it by email. So the answer here is option A, by email. Next, we will go through section 2, a talk given during a university orientation section.
Section 2, a talk given during a university orientation session. The speaker, Sarah, welcomes new students and explains what happens over 3 days of orientation. You'll hear details about daily activities, so listen carefully for days, times, and event names.
A staff member is addressing new students during a university orientation session. Speaker: Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our university. My name is Sarah, and I'll be guiding you through the orientation program. The main aim of this program is to help you adjust to university life, so you'll feel comfortable both academically and socially. The orientation runs for 3 days, starting today and finishing on Wednesday. Please note that all activities will begin in University Hall, which is the large building near the main entrance. On the first morning, we'll have a short welcome talk in the hall, after which you'll take part in a guided campus tour. This will help you find important places like the library, cafeteria, and sports center. In the evening, you'll be able to relax with a film night. On day 2, we'll begin with a library workshop, where you'll learn how to access books, journals, and online resources. In the afternoon, you'll be taken on a city sightseeing trip, a great chance to explore the area. The evening will be free, so you can use the time to rest or get to know your fellow students. On the third and final day, the morning session will focus on study skills. This is especially useful for those of you who are new to academic writing. In the afternoon, you'll be able to join in some sports activities at the university grounds. Finally, in the evening, there will be a music concert, performed by our very own student band. In addition to these events, we are offering one optional workshop on time management. This will be held later in the week and is open to anyone who wishes to join. So, that's an overview of the orientation program. I encourage you all to participate actively. It's a great way to start your university journey. Let's understand each question and answer step by step.
Let's solve the questions. Questions 11 to 13, multiple choice questions. Question 11. The main purpose of the orientation program is to. Sarah says, the main aim of this program is to help you adjust to university life, so you will feel comfortable both academically and socially. So the answer here is option B, help students adjust to university life. And the next question 12, how long does the program last? The speaker says the orientation run for 3 days starting today and finishing on Wednesday. So the option B is correct, 3 days. And the next question 13. Where does the orientation begin? She mentions all activities will begin in University Hall, which is a large building near the main entrance. So the answer here is option A, University Hall. Next questions 14 to 15. Choose the correct answers. Which 2 activities are included in the orientation program? Sarah says on the first morning you will take part in a guided campus tour. So option A guided campus tour, and later she says finally in the evening there will be a music concert performed by our very own student band. So option E, an evening concert. So the correct answers are A and E. The next question 16 to 20, table completion. Question 16. Day 1. Welcome talk at. Sarah says all activities will begin in University Hall. So the answer here is University Hall. The next question 17. Day 2. Trip. She says in the afternoon you will be taken on a city sightseeing trip. So the answer here is city sightseeing. The next question 18. Day 3. Session. Sarah says the morning session will focus on study skills. So the answer here is study skills. And the next question 19. Day 3. Evening activity. She says finally in the evening there will be a music concert performed by our students' band. So the answer here is music. And the next question 20. Extra. Optional workshop on. She adds, we are offering one optional workshop on time management. So the answer here is time management. IELTS listening session 3.
We'll listen to a discussion between two students, James and Maria, and their tutor, Dr. Green. This conversation focuses on how the students are planning their group project on renewable energy. Usually includes discussions between students and teachers. So you'll hear about project ideas, planning, and advice.
Good afternoon, James and Maria. So what have you decided for your group project?
We've chosen to focus on renewable energy, especially solar and wind power.
Yes, we thought it was both current and relevant.
Good choice. And how long are you planning for the presentation?
Around 15 minutes should be enough.
Yes, and I think we should start with some survey data about energy use among students.
That's a solid opening. And how are you dividing the tasks?
I'll write the introduction and get the presentation started.
I'll handle the background research, things like recent statistics and government policies.
And I'll help by preparing some visual materials, like charts and diagrams.
That would be great. By the way, we looked at last year's project for ideas.
Yes, but it wasn't very convincing. It relied on outdated sources.
Exactly. Make sure
This conversation focuses on how the students are planning their group project on renewable energy. Let's start solving the questions. Questions 21 to 23, sentence completion. Question 21. The topic of the group project is dash energy. James says, we have chosen to focus on renewable energy, especially solar and wind power. So the answer here is renewable. And the next question 22. James thinks their presentation should last about dash minutes. He mentions around 15 minutes should be enough. So the answer here is 15 minutes. The next question 23. Maria suggests beginning with some dash data. Maria says, I think we should start with some survey data and energy use among students. So the answer here is survey. And the next questions 24 to 26, matching people with task. Question 24. James. He says, I will write the introduction and get the presentation started. So the answer here is option C, write the introduction. And the next question 25, Maria. Maria says, I will handle the background research, things like statistics and government policies. So the answer here is B, research background information. The next question 26, Dr. Green. Dr. Green says, and I will help by preparing some visual materials like chart and diagrams. So the answer here is A, prepare visual materials. And the next questions 27 to 30, multiple choice. Question 27. What problem do the students identify with last year's project? Maria says yes, but it was not very convincing. It replied on outdated sources. So the answer here is C. It used outdated sources. And the next question 28. What does Dr. Green advise them to do during the presentation? Dr. Green says, remember, when presenting, try to use simpler language so everyone can follow easily. So the answer here is B, use simpler language. And the next question 29. How will the group divide the speaking time? Dr. Green recommends, I suggest splitting it equally among all members. So the answer here is A, equally among all members. And the next question 30. What is the deadline for submitting the written report? Dr. Green says clearly, you must submit it by Wednesday next week. So the answer here is Wednesday. IELTS Listening Section 4. We will listen to a university lecture about the history of coffee.
Section 4, we'll listen to a university lecture about the history of coffee. This is a monologue, one speaker, a lecturer giving historical and factual details. You'll hear about the origins, global spread, and modern issues related to coffee.
Today, we're going to look at the fascinating history of coffee. Coffee originally came from Ethiopia, where legend tells of a goat herder who noticed his animals became energetic after eating coffee berries. From there, the drink first spread through Arab countries, particularly Yemen, where it became a daily habit. By the 15th century, coffee houses had opened in many cities. These were not just places to drink coffee, they became important centers for discussion and trade. In Europe, coffee was introduced in the 17th century and was first especially popular in Italy, thanks to the influence of merchants from Venice. During the 19th century, coffee became a drink of the working class. The reason was simple: it helped them stay alert during long shifts in factories. Later, large-scale plantations were established, and Brazil quickly became the world's largest coffee producer, a position it still holds today. Coffee houses were also associated with social movements. Many historians note that they supported political discussion and the exchange of revolutionary ideas. But coffee production has not been without problems. One modern concern is its environmental impact, especially deforestation linked to large plantations. To address these issues, fair trade schemes have been created, aiming to give farmers a fair price for their crops. So, coffee is not only a drink, it continues to influence both culture and global trade today.
Questions 31 to 34. Note completion. Question 31. Coffee originally came from? The lecture says coffee originally came from Ethiopia. So the answer here is Ethiopia. Question 32. The ring first spread through dash countries. The line says from there the ring first spread through Arab countries, particularly Yemen. So the answer here is Arab. The next question 33. Coffee houses become important places for. The lecturer mentions they become important centrals for discussion and trade. So the answer here is discussion and trade. And the next question 34. In Europe, coffee was first popular in. It says coffee was introduced in the 17th century and was first especially popular in Italy. So the answer here is Italy. The next questions 35 to 38 multiple choice. Question 35. What made coffee popular among workers in the 19th century? The lecturer says the reason was simple. It helped them stay alert during long shifts in the factories. So the answer here is option B. It helped them stay alert. And the next question 36. Which country became the world's largest coffee producer? The line says Brazil quickly became the world's largest coffee producer, a position it still holds today. So the answer here is A. Brazil. And the next question 37. What role did coffee play in social movements? The lecturer says coffee houses were also associated with social movements. They supported political discussion and the exchange of revolutionary ideas. So the answer here is option B. It supported political discussion. The next question 38. According to the lecture, what is one modern concern about coffee production? He says one modern concern is its environmental impact, especially deforestation linked to large plantations. So the answer here is option B, environmental impact. The next questions 39 to 40 sentence completion. Question 39. Fair trade schemes aim to give farmers A. The line says fair trade schemes have been created aiming to give farmers a fair price for their crops. So the answer here is fair price. And the next question for tea. Coffee continues to influence both dash and global trade. The lecture concludes coffee is not only a drink, it continues to influence both culture and global trade. So the answer here is culture. And thanks for watching. Follow us for more videos.